Hello, this is Shep and Max here at the Sun Valley Auto Club, and we're going to be walking around test driving this 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle. It's the Malibu package, and it is sitting here in its original factory color, obviously with a repaint, but of lime green. It's got the 307 V8 automatic transmission, and that's the basics. What are you seeing, Max?
I'm seeing, yeah, you could call this a very basic Chevelle, and typically only like the ones with the super sport packages and the big blocks. But the quality is here with this car. I've never sat in a Chevelle that's this nice. But also, it's not that basic. It's not gold. It's not white. It's lime green with a green interior.
Hey.
How fun is that? So
Cool.
it came from the factory with these colors. This is the lime green exterior. This paint is also in incredible shape. They really did a nice paint job on it.
Yeah, looking down the sides too, and we'll get into the trunk area, they're uncut. It's just a fantastic body, good fit and finish. And yeah, and I don't think it's basic either. I was saying that's the basics of the kind of the rundown, but this car is absolutely phenomenal. It's from the grill, from tip to tail. And like you, I really like the fact that this is not trying to be an SS clone. Nothing wrong with SS clones, but just be what you are. And this one is a lime green Chevelle. Love it.
This feels like a car you'd see in a movie, you know, it's from the period, you know, It's not like, oh, I'm driving a muscle car, you know, or trying to be something it's not. It just is a very cool 1971 Chevy from that time.
And hopefully this video is showing it, but from when you and I first laid eyes on it, we were just, you know, enamored with it. You can just tell it's a quality car. And then I put that to the test. I drew the long straw and got to drive it back to our facility and got to spend 2.5 hours on the open road, just deserted blacktop, and just chugging along at 75 miles an hour. And just one hand on the wheel, one slung over the seats, and just smiled for those 2.5 hours. So it's just, it's all there. It's just ready to be driven, ready to be enjoyed. It was one of the highlights of my car driving experiences. I don't know if it was the sunset or the high prairie, but man, it just puts you in a different state driving this car.
All your glass is in really good shape. We currently have this pillarless shape down for you, but those windows and the regulators work really well. On that note too, we rarely see Chevelles with this nice of rubber on there too. A lot of times, you know, these cars will get pulled apart for repaint and then not put together all the way. This one, I mean, every seal's there.
They're old and cracked. What about these wheel lips? I thought that was a kind of an SS. Is this the only SS thing that might be on this car?
I don't think it's an SS thing. I think it's part of the Malibu package.
All right.
Because you could just get a base Chevelle, and then this one is the Malibu package. Check out that white lettering painted even inside the emblem. Love that little detail. I would say the one thing that's kind of hinting to not being a base Chevelle also are the wheels with those kind of cool hubcaps on there too. These cars probably would have come with black steel wheels and some hubcaps on top of them.
Right.
But moving around to the front too, these lenses are very nice and clear. So your headlights, so are the chrome bezels. The bumper chrome is all nice.
Yeah, none of the fins are busted out on here.
Yeah.
It's just a very complete car. All the trim goes in there. If you ever put a car together, there's all these details you take for granted. If you've ever built one, you know how tough it is to get it absolutely right.
So definitely really nice on the exterior. And we'll move on into the interior, where I don't think this is a lime green. I'm gonna call this more of an olive.
More of an olive. I wish we would have had our light in here. Maybe we can take a look as we're inside too. But the carpet's been replaced. The seats have most likely been redone as well. But when you look around, you see a lot of the, you know, the real factory parts. You see a little bit of patina on your seat bases. You know, the mirrors have just a bit of that patina, just showing, you know, really showing its age. But there's really nothing to be done on this. I mean, that dash is gorgeous.
No cracks in the dash. Really nice and clean. The gauge cluster feels like it came out of the factory. This is one of the first things I noticed. is the steering wheel. You can really tell how the car's been handled throughout its life by its steering wheel. And this one has no cracks in that factory spec steering wheel. Kind of a big deal.
There's an aftermarket radio there. I got to enjoy those tunes coming across the prairie.
It is a retro sound, so it does fit the original spec. It's not a cut dash.
The headliner is fantastic. All the door panels are good, and like Max said, your regulators go up and down with ease. No issues there. We've had to pull our share of these apart. This deck is aftermarket in order to get the speakers in there. Nice trunk with a spare. It's all solid back here. No signs that I can feel of
Quarter panel
replacement. Yeah. And the paint too is really, really phenomenal. Kind of bouncing back to there. We see enough cars, and if you go to any auctions, classic car auctions, you've seen enough cars that look good from 20 feet, and then you get up close and you see just the disaster that the paint is. And this one is just clear and smooth, good clear coat, no orange peels. Orange peeling, I should say.
And it's a big car, so it's hard to, or it's easy to mess something up. You're gonna have to just keep pulling that.
Oh, all the way. It's
Yep.
just release.
Taking a look at that 307 V8. Nice clean engine bay. You can see the power steering pump there, so it is a power steering car. Everything's just really as it should be from the factory. Power brakes.
Power steering.
No dorky air cleaner. You know, even that hose is intact for the emissions.
Nice shroud. Underside is painted. No overspray in those hinges. Those look like new hinges that have been put on.
But this car is not a fresh restoration either. It was done probably, did our previous owner say 10 years, I think? Mm-hmm. So it's been in Idaho for 10 years, and the previous owner didn't do anything to it. They bought it in this condition, which is nice to see. There's our running lights and our lights. There's our left turn signal, our right turn signal. There's our brake lights. There's our running lights, right turn signal, and your left turn signal. And your reverse light. We'll pull it outside and take it for a drive. Take a look at that paint in the daylight. I can see the reflections of the road. Dual exhaust.
So no dash lights are on. Our fan control does work in all 3 speeds. We've got heat, which I used on my trips. The heat works great. Defrost, etc. Suspension is nice. Going over dips and bumps, there's no squeaks.
definitely comfortable. And I'm looking at seat belts too. So if you go to a state where your state requires those, you have them.
So the drum brakes all the way around, but you can just mash on the brakes. You've got straight, smooth braking. Once again, I felt really comfortable going 75, even a little bit faster at times, and really felt like those brakes were gonna do the job should I need them. Reverse, as well as all the gears work. Easy selector, and your selector does work, so you can see what gear you're in easy.
Cool, we're over 10 minutes now, so if you'd like to purchase this car, we'd be happy to chat with you about it. You can contact me, my name's Max, and my phone number is 208-720-8854, and you can always call Shep too.
208-721-1973.
Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.